Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here. If you are a new viewer, I knit, I crochet, I sew, I talk, and I talk, and I talk. Right now, I cannot do any knitting. Sewing is still questionable. I am working on it. I have sewed a couple little practice pieces. Didn't go that well, but I think I'm going to be able to fine tune it. So it won't be anything in the realm of what I'm used to. Now, I had a thought of what I was going to say on this video, and usually I kind of have an idea of what I want to cover and whatnot. First off, I have said in past videos, and I don't know in what order these videos are going to be coming out in. Usually I record as I go. For 3 videos, that is not the case. 2 videos I filmed in one day. I don't know if those are going to be back-to-back, like Monday and Thursday video, or if this one might get thrown in because of what I got to show you first. So, without further ado, we're going to get into that. And the day is beautiful, but it is way later than I normally record. Normally, I record at the crack of dawn, right? It is now 1:25 in the afternoon. I kind of got distracted diamond painting. And then I came in here and I opened this up and promptly spilled it. Like that. Or that might have been some that was on the little white thing after. Okay. So if you are new here, short, very, very short. I have temporarily lost the use of my left side of my body. That's why I'm not able to knit. Crocheting is iffy, but I have something to show y'all about crocheting here in a minute. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Shouldn't take no more than 15-20 minutes. Maybe. But anyway, as you see, the sun is starting to come out again. So I'm going to have to put my drink over there or it will get blasted hot. Because I am in the South. It is in November, but we are still experiencing 70 and 80 degree weather. One day it'll get frost. The next day they'll have a freeze warning, or the next day it'll be 70 for a week, and then we'll have freeze warnings. So you know what? It's the South. The South is about the only place that I know of that you can experience all 4 seasons in the span of one day. That is a running joke around here. But anyway, in the previous videos that I have recorded, don't know which order you'll see them in, but long story short, I cannot sew my custom ordered project bags right now. All of them are listed. I don't know if I'm going to change that or not. I might put all of my custom ordered bags that I don't have here in front of me that I show you today. I might do them in inactive so that y'all don't see them, and you know, because I don't want to tie up anybody's money. If I can't sew a custom order bag right now, I don't want you to buy it and then we have to refund the money and you have to wait on your money to come back. So I'm going to try to combat that with this. I'm going to show you what bags I have, and if you're all for that, you're more than welcome to order these. And if I do decide to take my custom order bags off the website temporarily until I can start making them again, I might have to do that. So I'm going to run down a real quick thing. It's probably hopefully won't take 10 to 15 minutes. But this one right here, and I'm going to try, I don't know if my camera is set up at the right angle right now. Because, like I said, yeah, here we go. All right. And these do have a little glitter everywhere. It's black. It's kind of like a glitter. You could probably see that if I can get it in the light. Has a little bit of a shimmer. I have a orange top and bottom version of that one. Then I have a purple with the same iridescent little shimmer on the blacks area of lanterns, pumpkins. And then I have a stitch bag with a coral top and bottom. I have an Amazing Grace fabric bag with red top and bottom. Pansies with a yellow top and bottom. This one pops for me, and I think it's because of that purple and yellow look. And I have another flower, which is just orange with orange flowers and yellow and light orange flowers and those. And then I have like a tropical fern looking with coral top and bottom. Now, I don't remember exactly how I have these listed on my website. I might just scale it down and put them in active or draft or whatever. Anyway, here's another one with teal top and bottom. Here's that Fruit Loop fabric that my daughter-in-law taught me into buying with a black top and bottom. Then for my chicken lovers, I have some beautiful little chickens on sunflower and yellow background with black top and bottoms. Okay, I done went through so fast, my right arm is getting tired. I think what I might do is take all of my custom things and put them in draft mode or inactive mode and just leave these in active mode. I think that's what I'm going to do because I don't know any other best way of doing it. This is a little sea scene with navy top and bottom. Then I have my beautiful flowers. This is my favorite blue flowers ever. And this was so popular when I first made it. With a blue top and bottom. And actually I'm going to start. You know what I should do? I'm not going to do that right now. I'll start with this. I'll start it with this blue. Alright, and then I have some wolves. Multicolored wolves with pink top and bottom. I'll do 2 each way. Another pink wolves. These were really popular in the sense that everybody loved it, but they haven't sold a whole lot of them. I've sold like 4, I think. But anyway, this is with a purple top and bottom. Same wolves with the blue top and bottom. You know what I think I'm going to do? There we go. I'll put them back there for right now so I don't have to go so high. I know that sounds silly, but every little break I can give my right arm these days, I'm giving it that break. Now, this is a medium-sized bag. This was just an experiment, and I love how it turned out. But they're little watermelons. And the top and bottom almost kind of looks like watermelon rind to me. Now, it might just be just me and my quirky little sense of thing. Now, here is an Easter with bunnies. Or it doesn't have to be Easter if you just like bunnies. But it is with a purple top and bottom. Here is a Florida gator with a blue top and bottom. Here is a Carolina panther with a black top and bottom. Another Easter type print with eggs and paw prints with a blue top and bottom. I only have 2 more. One is my Georgia Bulldogs with a red top and bottom, and just a Valentine type thing, but it doesn't have to be. It's love with hearts with a red top and bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to have to sit here and talk to y'all for a minute. Because my right arm is quite tired. And I ran through that in 7 minutes. I ain't never ran through anything in 7 minutes. Anybody who's been with my channel for any amount of time knows that. So, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to chit-chat for a second. And the stuff coming up, my daughter-in-law bought me something to help me with the crochet. Because first, I'm going to show you how I've been able to crochet. And that's why I said I got to give my right arm a rest, because it's very taxing on my right arm and my shoulder. But it's not so horrible that I can't do it. It takes some of the enjoyment out of it for me, because I have to work so hard on it. But on a Michael's video, not sure if you've seen it or not. If you have seen it, great. If you haven't, this is one of the things that I got in my Michael's haul. It was a Halloween clearance. This wasn't clearance. This was Halloween themed, but it wasn't clearanced because it's a bag that they can just store in the storeroom and not take up a whole lot of space. But I have when Yarnspirations did the Red Heart big balls of yarn, like these big, they're called Yarnspirations Red Heart Classic One Value. They're basically 1 pound, and they were Dollar Tree special. I think I said Dollar General, but it was Dollar Tree. So I have those sitting in here because they are on my donations, the project that I'm going to be donating. And if you are new here, just to give you a little background, I had said a couple months ago that I wanted to start making some donation blankets for various reasons, but mainly because when we lost our house to a house fire back 20 years ago, Red Cross gave us 4 blankets because we lost everything but what we were wearing on our backs. And they gave us, my sons were 10 days shy of their 5th birthday, so they gave them 2 small crocheted blankets, and me a bigger one, and then my husband and a yet even bigger one. So I've been thinking about how I can give back. Now, usually I give back to seniors. A local charity place has a senior program where they help feed the seniors during the winter time. And well, they do it year round, but it's heavier focused in the winter time, because that's when it doesn't get super duper cold here, but I mean it gets cool, and it gets cold enough, especially if you're an elderly person. But anyway, I was doing, scarves, hats, that kind of thing. But I lost the confidence that they were giving this stuff to the seniors. So I thought, I backed off on that, and it's been a couple years that I've done that. So I was thinking this year I wanted to focus on something else. And I thought about Red Cross and Salvation Army. Now, when I first started this, I couldn't remember if it was Salvation Army or Red Cross that gave it to us, but it was Red Cross. So I wanted to make some blankets to donate to that. And I've already got a couple made, and I showed those on my channel. Well, when all of this went down, I've been in the middle of making another one, and it's called A Drop in the Pond. And I will put that link down below It is a originally I found it on Ravelry, and I was able to have a link down at the bottom that goes to the Wayback Machine online, and it I'm sorry, y'all are seeing me struggle a little bit, but I have figured out there are ways to get my arm to be an asset rather than a hindrance right now. It doesn't work on everything, but it works on some things. So that's what this one is. Now I've been able to, my sides are already done, and I've been able to do one. Oh, actually, no. Okay, I might have to correct myself. Looks like I've done. I haven't touched this in a couple weeks, and my memory's not as good as it should be because of the crap that landed me in the hospital and lost the use of this stuff. Just be careful how you hit your head, people. Be careful. Alright, so I need green next because that's my pattern. I do white. I'll hold it up for you, kind of, sort of, maybe, so you can kind of see the premise of this. Actually, I'll unfold it and then drape it across me a little bit so you can kind of see it. I think her name was Elizabeth Ham, maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is what it is with those three colors. And I started, the piece is, oh, okay, that's the end. All right, that's one end. This is the other end. Okay, so I'm going to push that back toward y'all. See if I can't get this kind of sorted. It's a little bit more awkward on this table because when I have tried it, I've been doing it on my little lap table or lap desk, you know, and it's perfect little size. So it's kind of like I've gotten used to that little small area. But like I said, it's been a couple weeks since I did this because it is so hard on my right arm. Hey guys, post video pre-edit me back to say I have taken about 10 minutes out of this video. I was struggling really hard and I could not get this tool to work. Now, I will say that I'm going to practice on this tool because the premise is you put it between these two fingers like this. Let me show you on this hand. I can control my thumb just a hair, but not much. The premise is you put it between these two fingers, you feed it into this, you tension it around this, and you tighten this or loosen it depending on the tension you want. It is by far, I think, going to be a decent little tool. I couldn't get it to work, and I was getting frustrated, and I'm as real as I can be with y'all, and I was going to leave that in, but as I watched it back, I didn't like seeing myself like that, so I didn't want y'all to have to see me like that. I wasn't being mad. I mean, I was being frustrated, and I was being aggravated, but sometimes you have to be honest with yourself, and, you know, when there's parts of you that you don't like, you need to correct them. Well, I will correct it. I will try to not be so abrupt with myself and give myself a little bit more grace, but I didn't want y'all to have to see all that. I'm sorry. You'll see me reference this in the rest of the video because I haven't finished watching the video. I just watched it until I said, nope, I got to take this clip out. I don't want that in your heads. Yes, it's part of my struggle, but y'all don't need to see all that. Yeah, and that's not what I want on my channel. And it's real, yes, but we all have parts of ourselves that we don't find nice or attractive or whatever adjective you want to put in that space. I just wasn't happy with it, so I took it out. And I've been real enough with y'all to where you know if I took it out, there's a reason for me. And yeah, so I will give this a shot off camera, like I said, you know, which you'll probably see later in the video. But anyway, I'm rambling. Back to the video. Okay. No. I love the thought. And maybe I'll try it when I'm not trying to record. I don't know. Right. This is making me very frustrated. And that's not what my videos are about with y'all. Yes, they're real. But if I'm going to struggle with something like this, where I'm already very emotionally vulnerable, I don't want y'all to have to sit there and watch that hot mess. So, let me pull this back out. And I will try again. But I think it'll work better if I am in my recliner with my table, to where I can angle the table to where my hand is not trying to rest like this. It can rest like this. And I don't have to lift up the yarn so tall and pull it out of that little clip. So, y'all talk to me for a minute. I'm going to, I'm not going to give up. I might be stopping today in this video, but that doesn't mean I will be giving up, because that is not me. I don't have that in my nature. It's not about giving up for me. It's about saying, I quit. And I don't quit things easy. Just ask my last job. I was in a very bad space with that job. And I stayed with it because I didn't want to, let my family down, because I was making major bank, making good money. And I didn't want to let a lot of my coworkers down, because a lot of my coworkers were really nice. A lot of them didn't think it was right the way I was being treated. But, you know, hey, they had no power. So, anyway, it took me well past my limit of what I should have taken to call that job quits. So, for me, I'm not calling this project quits, because that's not me. But I will give it a break today. And it might be because I am in the middle of the day. I have found in my life lately, in the last 10 to 15 years, I do best in the morning. I am at my best functioning, best thinking, best attitude in the morning. And it is now 2:55. So almost 2:55. It's a little wonky, but anyway, if you don't mind, I'll sit here and chat with you for just a second, and then I'm going to call it done for the video. And but anyway, today is a struggle, so I should not have tried to make this video trying to do that. If I was gonna do this tool, I should have done it off camera first to see if it's something that I can use, and say, hey, look guys, I have found a solution. My daughter-in-law bought me a perfect tool to solve my crochet problems. But that was putting more of a strain on my shoulder. Excuse me. More of a strain on my shoulder than doing it without it. And it might have been because I was tensing up, I was frustrated, and I was trying to not be frustrated. Because I am filming. But I hear my wind chimes. The wind's not really blowing that much, but it's definitely moving those chimes. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the wispy parts of the trees that are mostly losing their leaves, and they're not moving a whole lot, but my wind chimes. There's my joy. In the midst of being frustrated with this stuff, there's my joy. So, with my inability to do this for y'all today, I could pause it, go grab some diamond painting and do that. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired enough. I woke up at like 6:20 this morning, and I'm tired enough to where I could honestly go in there and take a nap. And I think I might do that. I will warn y'all, you might see this dress, my blue t-shirt dress, and the other one that, like this one, not like this one, but the other one that I made, the one with the blue flower, or the white flowers on a purpley blue background. I haven't worn that a whole lot because even though it is warm, I get cold very easy. And I have since I got out of the hospital, so I don't know what's up with that. But it's easier for me to do things like go to the restroom with a dress versus pants with one hand. So I'm wearing these a lot. I'm also wearing my house dresses a lot, like nightgowny type things, but I'm not going to film in those. So I might just pop these on to film and then take them off and put my nightgown on, or whatever you want to call it. That's probably TMI. That's probably more than y'all wanted to know right now. If that's the case, I'm sorry. That's not my intention. But I have been enjoying the heck out of myself. I am almost done with my third Temu, my little free Temu diamond paintings, and then I will be able to move on to the ones I showed y'all in my Happy Mail video that my sweet subscriber sent me. And I have to remember not to say that person's name, because that's really hard some days to, because if I talk to my family, I'll say, the thing that so and so and so and so sent me. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they know what I'm talking about. So I'm used to identifying it as that. So I'm trying not to say your name, I promise. Because I do want to respect your wishes. And I don't want to offend you at all or upset you, because that was such a sweet thing that you did by sending me that. but I'm ready to get into those paintings. Now, I've done my tree painting. I finished my dragon painting. And now I am on my light and dark tiger painting. Now, all of these are 30 by 30 centimeters, which is about 12 by 12 inches. And I'm excited because those are perfect little size for me, especially my very first ever diamond paintings. They're 12 by 12. That fits me to perfection. So, I'm not arguing with that. And I'm almost done with that. Now, I am changing the eyes a little bit. I don't have the Temu app anymore, so I can't bring it up and look to see originally what color the eyes were supposed to be. They have them in like a pale browny gray. I don't do that. If I were to show y'all all of my tiger stuff, which I have some sitting over here in front of one of my bookshelves, because I was going to put it up on the walls until I took up most of my walls in fabric and yarn. Or my my dry erase board that has orders and whatnot on it. I could put some here, but you still wouldn't see them. But anyway, I go for, I'm a tiger person. I am a big cat person. I love lions, leopards, cheetahs, tigers. But I gravitate to the tigers. And I really love the Siberian tigers with the white with the blue eyes. Because back, and I'm going to date myself. I've been here. I was on the internet before AOL. And when I got on AOL, I did my handle, my screen name was Blue Eye Tigress. Because I have blue eyes. And I've always loved the tigers and the tigresses, and I love the female. Just like the lions, the female is, she's bad. She does a lot of things for her family, and I'm like, that's me, you know. And there's other things, you know, that I've overcome in my past that happened to me, and I identified with the tigers and the tigresses, so hence the name Blue Eye Tigress. And in fact, my personal email has tigress in its name. So when I was doing these tigers, I was like, they need blue eyes. Even the black one, I wanted it to have blue eyes. So I've left the eyes. I'm going to leave that to the very end, which I'm like probably 3 by 3 inch area from being finished with it. And I'm excited because I get to put the blue eyes in them. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that in my next video. My next video that I record, maybe not in the one you see, because like I said, these 3 videos are probably going to be kind of interchangeable as to where they get. But I do want to, y'all have expressed that it would be cool just to chat and catch up, and you know, you don't mind me sitting there chatting and diamond painting and stuff, so I may do that. And I may revisit trying to do this while we chat, the crochet. I just got to see if that tool will work. And I told my daughter-in-law I would like to try to set my hand up in the position of my normal crochet action and watch a movie or something to where I'm not thinking about making my hand move, and seeing if I can do it. Because anytime you have any brain injury, your brain has to rewire and recircuit things. And it's been long enough to where I should have gotten used to this stuff back. At least I think so. But every time I try to focus on doing something, it doesn't work. But like what y'all saw when my finger just kind of popped out on its own, I'm like, whoa, okay. The other day when she was showing me how to use this thing, I said, oh, okay, so you got to do, and then I was like, Kat, did you just see my hand? She's like, yeah, I saw it. Do it again. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, which I can't even do that now. And she said, that goes back to what we were talking about before. Sometimes your body just does it. But when you think about it, your brain's not being able to tell your body what to do. And you know, there is truth to that, because like I said, anytime you have any kind of injury, your brain has to figure out a new way to process things, new way to send things. And I want to see if I can make it more of a muscle memory, or what's the word I'm looking for? I said it a second ago. Involuntary. So that it's more, you know, doing its own thing. And if I can do that, maybe that will teach my brain, hey, this is what it's supposed to be doing. Tell it to do that thing, you know. And it's really frustrating because y'all don't need to hear all that. Anyway, so I'm hoping that, you know, I can come back to crocheting with y'all, or at least showing you if this tool will work. Because if I'm not telling my hand what to do and it's not doing the involuntary thing, this might help me be able to crochet. And to be fair to this situation, my arm was already tired from this stuff by picking them up, you know, doing it so fast. So I don't know. But I'm going to try it again. I don't know if I'll be back on filming that, or if that's just going to be off to the side and I tell you, yes, the tool works, or no, the tool doesn't work for me. Doesn't mean it wouldn't work for somebody else. Because some of you have reached out and admitted and shared some of your limitations with me. And there are some of you that might be able to benefit from that. And even in, I'm not going to call your name, because you said, you know, I don't know if you'd want to share that with the world or not, but you said you use a crochet ring for tensioning help because of left hand weakness. I wonder if one of these little things would help, or does your crochet ring do everything you need it to? So I'm excited to see if this will work without me being in the irritable mood that I was already in. My arm was already weak. So I'm going to give it another shot. Promise. And I have not forgotten that I want to do the Zoom meetings. And I actually thought about trying to do some of that research this morning. But again, I got sidetracked by my diamond painting my tigers. I got a lot done this morning. So I'm really excited to see how it's coming together, and it's almost finished. So when I find out about the Zoom situation, I will let y'all know. And again, if you want to participate in the Zoom but not have your camera showing your face, just hear us hearing your voice, I don't care, honey. Do that. I will take any communication from y'all that you're comfortable giving, even if it's nothing more than clicking the thumbs up button or sending me a smiley emoji in the comments. I mean, whatever you're comfortable with. But I do want to supply that for those of you who would like to do, you know, more interactive things with me. Why not do that right now when I have all this extra time on my hands, right? You know, some of y'all have said it's a good thing. You needed to take a break. You were doing too much, and I didn't think I was doing too much. But my body's making it to where I can't do all that. So maybe I was. Anyway, this is a forced downtime that I didn't want. So, I'm going to get off here. I will see y'all in the next video. Of course, I always put some old videos up at the end of my my things. I will go ahead and when I get off here, I'll take my laptop in the living room with me, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put all the ones that are custom order only on inactive mode and just leave these active. I think that'll be the best way, so I don't want to tie up anybody's money if you accidentally click on a carbonated drink, excuse me, that way you don't, if you click on a custom order that I don't already have ready, you won't be out of time and money. So find joy in something today. Grab a hold of it. Don't let go. If you need it later, it'll be there, and you can just look back on it, and maybe that'll elevate your mood. If you're trying to work through something or just having a blah day, you can just look back on it and you can say, look, that made me feel good. That made me feel happy. That brought joy to me. So I will see you in the next one. Have a great one. Bye, guys.